Yeah, and I think these latest numbers will also raise the level of interest as well, and for Filipinos on Sputnik. As everybody knows, this was not one of the first vaccines that made it to the rollout here in the Philippines. Notwithstanding that, I think now a lot of people will be looking at this, especially given the new numbers. But back to those numbers, can you parse through that? And is there anything to qualify with respect to how it is performing with different segments of society? As you know, we're starting rollout as well with minors and so on. Do you have specific data on different segments of society?
Yeah, so this data on Sputnik protecting against, deaths from COVID, 98% is a very high number. It means that, if an average, rate to die from COVID is X, then 98% people will be more protected by Sputnik. Now, in the age category below 45 years old, it's 100% protection, Hungary data showed. Also, this week, we introduced adolescent form of the vaccine in Russia. So it just was approved yesterday, and it's for 12 to 17-year-olds, slightly lower concentration. Will be launched in Russia in December, will be launched in international markets in January of next year. And also we have intranasal form of the vaccine. And this is also very interesting because you basically inject it as a liquid in your nose and mouth, and it protects your nose and mouth quite a bit. So we are very innovative, and we are working very close with your scientists. And I'll tell you, Philippines has done one of the best jobs in the world by having portfolio of many different vaccines and being able to compare their performance and their results. And this is really the smart way to do it, and that's why you have such a great result of your vaccination campaign.
So will you also be asking for emergency use authorization in the Philippines for the pediatric vaccines for Sputnik?
Yes, so we expect to apply for the approval of Philippines for use pediatric vaccine next year, for intranasal form of vaccine next year. And if we need to change vaccine for any upcoming variants, later on in the time, we'll also do it. And we work very well with your regulators. And I think it's very important. Your regulators do not treat politics. They are really focused on science, really focused on protecting people. And this is very important at the time of pandemics. And this is why you have access to all of the vaccines and you have data on all of the vaccines. And this is a great work of Philippines government and your Philippines vaccine czar.
Are you working on versions of the vaccine for much younger children, let's say 5 to 11?
Yes, so we are now starting some trials of vaccine for even younger children. And the Institute of Gamaleya will tell you about this later on. But yes, we believe we'll have a vaccine for younger children as well. But obviously, this pediatric question is very important. So our scientists are very conservative in the way we approach it, and we use very lower doses of the vaccine. But yes, we have already for adolescents, and we'll have vaccine for younger children as well.
And of course, we had always been asking about production in the Philippines. Is that still in the pipeline?
Well, we are working on this. It's taking a bit longer because we were focused on, launch already in facilities that are sort of manufacturing vaccines before. But we believe that in Philippines, it's feasible. We believe it will be done in several stages where we do fill and finish first, and then the actual production second. And we hope to finalize something maybe Q1 of next year.
Well, at what point are the negotiations in at this time?
So on production, again, we have several partners. We basically discussed, as I mentioned, this fill and finish first. And we believe that Q1, we can have this agreed and start doing fill and finish in the first half of next year. And then full production, hopefully, sometime next year as well. But we know it can be done, and it has been done because Argentina already produces Sputnik. Many other countries produce Sputnik. So it's just a question of finding the right partner and the right facilities.
Okay.
What might be the capability for production of that kind of operation?
So basically, capabilities require, having the right equipment.
How many doses can be produced?
I think in Philippines, again, our goal will be to produce, up to 10 million doses a month. And I think that would be sufficient because we have, Serum who will be producing tens of millions of doses. but we really believe in this distributed capacity because it means that at the time of next mutation or next big challenge, Philippines has additional capacity and has additional vaccine independence to produce its own vaccine.